What up, dog? What up, dog? Welcome to Yeah, I Said It Sports Podcast. I'm your host, the Iceman. This the team.
What's the dealio? It's your man Alio, aka Mastermind. Y'all know what time it is, baby. We in here.
Yay, yay.
Y'all know what it is. No introduction needed. I'm gonna be cool and easy as my nickname is. Cool and breezy.
Nice.
Transformation, baby.
It's cool and breeze.
Yeah, it's cool and breezy.
That's the forecast.
I gotta figure it out. This your boy, Young P. I'm in the building, aka Mr. PR. Let's get it. I'm ready.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Y'all boys ready?
Yeah.
Attack, kill, baby.
Okay. I heard Mastermind say he got
It's
his nose
attack and
he
kill,
said, "Cat
baby.
food." He said, hey, no holds barred. So I'm gonna get to this show like this and see what these boys about to get at.
It's time to eat, bosses.
Should what I say? Should the NFL make should they make the quarterbacks, excuse me folks, should they make the quarterbacks wear shoulder pads during the NFL combine? Should they have to wear shoulder pads during the combine? And I'm gonna start off with you, Mr.
Oh, you gonna
Breeze.
start with me?
Yeah.
The answer is no. It doesn't make a difference. Reason why? There's no pressure in their face. So with quarterbacks, they never even when we was coming up, they always had the little small shoulder pads so they can throw the rock. They never had the big bulky shoulder pads. So the shoulder pads is not gonna make that much of a difference as far as them being accurate, throwing the ball.
Hmm.
Um, it may take away a couple yards if they're trying to throw the long ball. As
Okay.
far as doing the Columbine, maybe if they used to without having shoulder pads, they throwing 80 yards. Well, with shoulder pads on, they may throw 78 yards. It's not that much of a difference.
Okay.
What I would like to see is somebody giving them a 7 count, like one dog, two dog, three dog, and then coming after them, and then having them roll out and do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's good.
Something like
I think a 7 count is too long though, but I give him a
Yeah.
3-4 count for it.
Yeah.
I
Something
understand
like
what you're saying though.
yeah, some pressure or something.
Okay. What you thinking down there, young P? You looking aggressive, pit bullish?
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'm definitely gonna say no. Only because one, there's plenty of footage of them wearing pads and seeing them move and be mobile and pads and all of that kind of shoulder pads, stuff like that. I think at the combine, we're really trying to focus on, you know, arm strength, touch, technique, and I want to be able to really see his body and how his body moves and operates and stuff like that. They already kind of they don't do a 7 count, but they all do some kind of little thing to make a roll out. You'll see a dude come with a little fake little whatever. But really, I'm just trying to see their technique. I'm trying to see everything. I'm trying to figure out. Let's run these set of plays. Let me see if you can throw it to the out, how deep you can throw it.
Yeah.
So right now, that's all I really want. I don't want to see stuff that can restrict my vision of seeing your arm and how your technique is. Cause like, what's the name from Kentucky, Will? I don't like the fact that he like flips the ball.
Yeah, before you throw it off, yeah.
I don't like that at all. So if I was a GM or a scout watching that, that would be something I definitely got to figure out how to get him out of that because you scare me that you might drop that ball doing
so,
like that.
so you seen him flip the ball in game action?
No, I don't.
He's saying in the
Oh
combine.
yeah.
Okay.
Bad habits though.
What?
Yeah.
Let's get down to mastermind.
Well, to me, I say yes.
Thank you,
Because
sir.
it'll give you a true read on how they gonna throw with the gear on. That's what I believe. And to me, I think that they need to add something to that too, kind of like what he knew was saying. I think what they need to add is like the virtual gear, since now everything is becoming so virtual. Maybe add a virtual defensive line so you can see what his reaction time is with pressure on him, and maybe react and have a virtual safety or DB back there so you can see what he throws like under coverage and in tight windows. So that way you can get a better read of the quarterback.
Okay. Well,
We ready this week, fellas. Yes,
since
sir.
since I like to throw that pill, spin it. I believe we all should wear shoulder pads. I believe quarterbacks should wear shoulder pads during the combine. And my reason is this. Like you said, y'all want to see him run 10 ins and 10 outs and stuff like that. With them shoulder pads on, I need to see when you drop back, is you position right on the right leg, pushing on the right foot. And I need to see when you throw the ball, like I said, even though there's no defenders and nothing right there, if anybody can remember, Donovan McNabb used to have wide open receivers right in front of his face. And he throw it, it land right to their feet. You know what I mean? No, I'm just giving an
I
example.
understand what you're saying.
No, I understand, but all these go like you. Nothing to piggyback up thing you said. Yeah, you might can throw it 80, then you put the shoulder pads off. You might throw it 70. I need to know this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then, like you say, with the quarterbacks, like you say, you looking for. We want to see you got the touch. Can you drop it in the bucket? Can you do this? Can you do that? You know what I'm saying? With them shoulder pads, it's gonna let you see how your trajectory is. You might be throwing like Philip Rivers out there, certain things that nobody knows. You know what I mean? As far as them shoulder pads, it's gonna let you know, like how you say you're trying to see. It's gonna show a whole lot of your technique. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna show. Is your shoulders right? You holding the ball right? As you throwing from here? It's got a lot to do with it. Them
You
shoulder
feel like
pads.
get some of that from watching the college game films.
You gotta remember, you're going to the NFL now. This a whole nother league now. That like you say, that you teaching these people. So now we got to teach somebody this and that and that. Now, the less you got to teach this person. Like you say, right now, you got to go through Bryce. You got who else?
CJ Street.
CJ.
Stroud.
You like say Will
Will
Levis. You
Levis.
got all these guys, and they got to line them at the same. Now,
Anthony Richardson,
yeah.
and then Hooker.
Let me see these techniques. Let me see what these shoulder pads. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, you got, like you say, Anthony from
Richardson.
you looking good without them shoulder pads. You know what I'm saying, on that throwing the ball and like that. Shoulder pads mean a lot throwing that football.
Just sidebar for you, gentlemen. Just a quick yes or no. Speaking on the shoulder pads. So, what if they don't use shoulder pads, but they do a 7-man front or whatever? What they call 7-on-7? Now the
7-on-7
kids
drills.
doing
Yeah.
the 7-on-7 drill, but instead of having pressure come, well, if they do they Columbine with a 7-on-7 type thing. That way,
I still need
you
them
know
with
what I'm
them
saying?
shoulder pads. Like say,
With
for
shoulder
instance, when you do a rollout or something and you ain't got them shoulder pads on, man, you could just flick the ball 50 yards and you know what I'm saying, unbalanced and everything.
right.
You know,
Them
now
shoulder pads gonna make
them
it
shoulder pads,
shoulder
Strict-
rotate.
right. You're gonna have to roll out right. You're gonna have to square up and let it loose. Without them shoulder pads, you're gonna do this. You're gonna be like we in the streets, gonna flick it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then with the coach be like, hey, come get in the quarterback line. He can't even play quarterback. You just seen him throw it without them shoulder pads.
Right.
You know, then as soon as you put on the pads, you can be like, man, this guy can't play quarterback.
Right.
You know, so anything else before we move along?
I just say this now. I'll be real with y'all too. I think they need to put the shoulder pads on some of these receivers and some of these running backs when they doing a 40 time, so that way you can see what they run like in the gear instead of just okay, such and such run a 4-2 and this, and he ain't having when you look at him, he ain't running in nothing but some socks and a t-shirt or something. You know what I'm saying? Nothing
Right.
really weighing them down.
I'll say this before we move along, because I'm glad you said that about having the receivers and them with the shoulder pads. I would say them too also, just because how we see how Tyreek Hill always caught with the body and not his hands.
Yeah.
So that's another, even though he came out as a punt returner then, but we need to see these type of things. You know what I mean? So that's another reason why I put on these shoulder pads. You can see a lot. You'll see Tyreek catching with the body and this, and if it's bouncing off, not in pure hands, So the shoulder pads do a lot to the chemistry and everything. You learning how to catch the ball and throw. So that's our take on that, folks. Anything else?
No, I'm
All right.
good. I'm good.
Let's move along. Do you see anything the NFL should take from the XFL? Starting off with you, Mastermind.
To me, yes, I see some things. See one thing for sure that I think they need to take the late game challenges, like how the XFL does, because basically the XFL is saying you can challenge anything you think happened.
Right.
You think someone was holding on the offensive line, you can just say somewhere on the offensive line they was holding. You think if you think it was something in the back, with the DB might have been holding
Right.
past the 5 yards or whatever, he chucked him. I think that's what happened. So you can
Right.
just call out anything. And then like truthfully, something they might want to is let us know what these coordinators are calling, and then like the QBs are just audibling out of it. So that way, if the coordinator calls something that would have worked and the QB went to something that he chose, maybe you might start benching the QBs instead of firing all these offensive coordinators so fast.
Okay. What you got to say, Cool Breeze?
I say the one thing.
You see your face down there. You like that, didn't you, Pete?
I did not.
Yes, really did. You like that. You said,
The one thing I take from the games that I have watched that the NFL could implement right away, but I don't see it because they are the king and they ain't trying to come down a little bit. Is the when they do we want to go onside, but instead of onside, they do the 4th and 15 or
right.
something like that. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? I can see that, and also the kickoffs where they have to wait
Yeah.
then go. especially the kickoff, because I feel the NFL is so gung ho on trying to minimize the whole concussion
Boom, boom,
thing.
boom. Right.
I can see that, but will they implement it? I don't think so because they're the big dogs of the football. So I don't see them implementing that.
Okay.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Sound like you got something.
Yeah, yeah.
Your eyes open wide, young P. What you got,
I believe it's my turn.
It is. It would fall on you now, sir.
babe?
The extra point, I would try to see if they can implement that. The 1, 2, and the 3 points, you know what I'm saying? And how they do that. I think that would bring a little excitement to the game. Don't get me wrong, you still got the kickers and you can use the kickers like, you know what I'm saying, but bump that for the extra point. Let's see what you do. You want to go for 1, you want to go for 2, want to go for 3. I think that could make a difference in the game sometimes. So I think that's a nice rule. If they can figure out how to take it from the XFL and implement it in the NFL, that might be all right.
Okay. All you guys got all those was good things that you would take away. But since those are already implicated in those sports, let's say if you guys had your own league, what would you do? As far as, you know what I'm saying, to make it interesting and be different from the NFL. What would you want to see that none of these leagues is doing? Starting off with you, Mastermind.
Mm. I'll be real with you. I might do something like the video game aspect. I might actually have a person call in from home, or you know what I'm saying, like one person say, for instance, you the fan for the week or whatever, you don't log in, you've been the #1 follower. I might let you actually make a play call during the game. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's good.
So that way you'll be, yeah. So that
And,
way you'll feel like you're a part of the game.
and that was good for just being on top of the dome. But that was just a question I threw out there, to rebuttal and everything. Go ahead, young P.
That was definitely a good one. That's a good idea. I would probably do something more so along the lines of kind of what the XFL doing, but I would think I would probably want to go a step further in terms of in-game graphic design to where you can see certain plays. Kind of how baseball you can see where the strike zone is and where the ball actually hit. Do something to that effect so you can see. Okay, maybe if he had took this trajectory, he probably could have got 30 yards or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I would implement something like that so you can get a better visual of things and go from there. See what he did and what if he had did this, how he could have, if the
Okay.
receiver had did
Sports
this.
science type
Yeah,
shit. What you
yeah.
what you got over there, Cool Breeze?
I would just to make everything interesting and to keep players interest
Mm-hmm.
no matter what throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody makes the playoffs.
I would definitely wouldn't do that.
I would. Because if you ever notice towards the end of the season, once you know you ain't in the playoffs, you about ready to check
Start
up out of
tanking,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, you're ready to check up out of here, making plans for vacation and all that stuff. So I make sure that everyone makes the playoff.
But
Now, how we would seed it, it would have to be worked
the
out.
only thing that the only knock that I would have to that don't know is this. If everybody makes the playoffs, what's the value of the regular season?
Right. I have no reason to do nothing in the regular season.
See,
I'm
I
not
can
gonna
go
make
0
the
for the
playoffs.
whole season. I know I'm
Right.
making the playoffs.
Right. Going 0 for 17.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it just takes
You
away.
like the sweet pot.
It
Like,
just takes away the value
like,
from the regular season to me.
get money. So, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
got you.
Okay.
you come in first or whatever, maybe get
What
an
would be
extra
yours, Ice?
million.
Actually, I don't even have it, to be honest. I don't even have it. This was just something I threw at you guys, to see what y'all do, for y'all league, whatever. And like
That's what the host's supposed to do, though.
you know.
That's what the host's supposed to do. Keep us on our toes,
Yeah.
man.
So I appreciate it. We're about to move along, folks. Actually, we got some great, great questions here, man. And here go another one. And this to keep the XFL interesting, exciting, and having you boys turning your TVs back and forth from the XFL, USFL, and probably the NFL or something. So, would you want to see Antonio Brown, Terrell Owens, Matt Ryan, or anybody else that you can think of playing the XFL or the USFL? Starting off with you, Cool Breeze.
I want to see AB crazy ass up in there. That's what I want. I want him to play in the XFL, take a week off, and come back and play in the USFL. Crazy ass up in there. That's what I want to see, baby. T.O. and all them, that's all good, but I want to see AB. Yeah, I want to see AB crazy ass.
Okay. What you got to say down there, Young P?
I definitely don't want to see T.O. You down there 50 years old. Go on, chill out. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, talking like he can still do it.
Yo still got it.
I saw him running and catching and all that. You look good. body look good and all that. You cut up, but still sit at home, buddy. It's over.
You say you
Finish. I,
Matt Ryan, you might want to go to try to help get boost your stock back up in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Because you lose your starting position down at the Colts and all that.
he didn't Matt Ryan.
Oh,
right.
you might want to go to try to get your stock back up to see if you can get back in the NFL. But yeah, out of those two, come on, AB. I know you're gonna be a cancer, but you're gonna be must-see TV. Like they might hate you in the locker room, but at least we watching a little bit more.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
So come on with it. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's how I would rock out with those three cats.
Okay. Well, I would like to see him there. If not them, some other players, like you say, Zeke Elliott, look like you might be on your way somewhere. I try to get Zeke over there, get him a couple dollars. Like you say, Terrell Owens. I know he still got it. Like you say, I'm competing against the NFL now, so now I got to start marketing and doing this competing and stuff. I'm going after the NFL practice squads. You know what I'm saying? For the players who barely can, they just didn't make the team. I'm going after them, offering them more than that, what, 150,000 or whatever they
Something
might
like
be
that,
getting or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going all in to just because it's time for me to try to sell my league. I'm going to get, like I know J.J. Watt, you finna retire from the NFL, but I know over here you can help me sell my league for a minute until I can get it up and running. You know what I mean?
Right.
Along with these coaches that they got name brand coaches. They got African American coaches over there, and they having good players and. Like you say, I'm liking A.J. McCarron. I like how he quarterbacking over there from Alabama.
Yeah.
So like you say, get them type of players. You got Mariota from Texas. I mean, from
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah. Atlanta Falcons
Yeah,
last team.
bring him over there. You got a Tiny Hill. You know, try to get them type of players that to help sell the league, cause they about to be on somebody's bench or something. One thing about a person who used to start and everything, they don't want to be on nobody's bench.
Right.
So if I can get them over there and then give them some, like you say, sweeten the pot to do something to make them, get them a little geek, I try to get them all over here. Because like you say, it's all about competing now. And we opening up this league. So
Right.
that's what I would try to do. You
Now,
know.
now, me myself, I agree. What you guys just said that some of those big names do need to be in the XFL or USFL. Now, the thing that I would do, I'll be honest, if I'm either one of those leagues, anybody that's having contract negotiations, a la Lamar Jackson and all that, that you seem like you don't want to sign, I'm putting big money in front of you. Just come do. I'm doing the what's the name? What's my man who played with the Bills? Jim Kelly and Herschel Walker. I'm offering you the farm to come down here and say skip all that.
Talk about back in the
And
day.
yeah, you understand? Skip all that NFL hassle. You want the money? Come on down here. I got you.
Say, come over to Death Row.
Come on down to depth row. Come on down, baby. I'm doing the sugar of the USFL and XFL. You understand what I'm talking about? And then the key thing is this. Some of them owners need to pool their money together and get some of them big names on just one team, because once you get a big name down in that league, it's on and popping for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody got something to say on that before we move on?
Telling y'all I'm on fire today.
So you on fire?
Yes, sir.
You say
NBA Jam style.
Say put.
I'm just letting you boys know. I'm just letting you boys know. So
Food, man. Just bouncing.
You
I
say
like the way you talking, though. I see that meter moving over there. I see all green, no red,
you
baby.
saying you couldn't get it?
Bouncing. Just bouncing.
Okay, sticking to the scripts there. Which league is better, and will it be around in 5 years? The XFL or the USFL? Starting off with you, Young Pete.
I think the USFL is going to end up being better than the XFL. Now, we should see soon to start next month, don't it? We should see soon. But I think, and the reason why I feel like it's going to be a little bit better, only because I know it's designed more to fit the NFL and how it's ranked. Whereas the XFL, they got some entertaining things that they're doing, innovative, creative, and all that kind of stuff. But I think the USFL is going to be that. You know what I'm saying? So I think the USFL is going to be better. But honestly, they might need to merge the leagues. I think in 5 years, neither one of them going to be around. You know what I'm saying? So I think they need to figure out some kind of way where they can come together and be one league.
We said
Okay.
that on the last show, too.
I think this here, before I move it on to you, Cool Breezy, or you, Mastermind, I'ma say that the USFL can be the best. It can be better than the NFL also, my opinion. like I said, when they first had the USFL back in the day, when they went and got you said the Jim Kelly, the Herschel Walker, the Anthony Carters, and all them, and the offenses they was running out there, they was putting up points. It was interesting. The games was much watched TV. I think they just filed bankruptcy or the owner something had went broke or something. You know,
Something
Donald
like that.
Trump was
Yeah.
in, a owner of that team. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So, but as far as people watching and all like that, back then it was neck and neck almost with that NFL.
Right.
And if they wouldn't have went for bankruptcy or whatever, I think that they would still be around to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, like a Canadian football league,
Right.
but
Right.
they would be going head to head with the NFL.
Hold that thought. Oh, and piggyback on what you just said earlier in the last question. They got to figure out how to start marketing whatever players
Yeah.
they do have, market them to like
Yeah.
this.
America, I got
Man, it's the
Yeah.
truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Start marketing that. That's kind of what helped the NFL. They push certain
Yeah.
players.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
okay. Now yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Moment. Yeah, I said it.
I like
I
that.
believe the USFL went under bankruptcy because the NFL was scared that they were going to come and get a whole bunch of their players because they started off doing that. So I think that was kind of like collusion. You know what I'm saying? I think the NFL had something to do with the USFL going under.
Okay.
But now to me, to answer the question, to be straight to the point, I think they're about the same, to be totally honest. I think the only difference going to be is the USFL is going to get more exposure due to the fact that NBC and Fox is showing their games. And like the XFL, don't get me wrong, they were showing like ESPN and ABC, but NBC and Fox is what the NFL motto is. That's who they basically show their games on. So if you can follow in their footsteps like they've been doing, that might give USFL the edge, but besides that, I think they're basically gonna be the same.
Right before I get to you, Breezy, another reason why I say the USFL is because to me, they was like ABA basketball to the NBA.
NBA.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also, they was also before the merge of the NFL. They was like the AFC
Right.
over there. Just
Mm-hmm.
flat out, air it out.
Yeah.
Showtime. This.
Right.
NFC football was always the boring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I believe that's gonna be the difference of USFL. They always had something, to keep you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I believe they was the ABA and what's the name of they sports to.
Right.
So go ahead.
Before you
So,
say one thing,
right.
let me say one thing to that comment he just said. Now, my question to y'all would be this: would you look at which league would you look at as being the G League for the NFL?
The
USFL first or the XFL?
USFL.
USFL.
Reason being, is I got the USFL also. I believe it's because it's the time of the season. So what I mean by that is we know the NFL dominates the fall and a little bit early part of the winter, right?
Hmm.
So I can't see the XFL maintaining what they're doing. Yes, it's fresh and it's new, but man, 1 week after the Super Bowl, you about to start your season. I think you need a breather to digest and take it all in. I think with the USFL, they come along when you starting to get that itch, like, man, I'm ready to watch some football. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think with that time that they getting ready to play, you getting into that mode of you getting that itch of, yeah, I'm ready to watch some football. So now you got 10 weeks of the USFL that leads you right into the NFL. Now also piggybacking off of you, I think they got the Fox by Fox and NBC, which is football networks,
Hmm.
uh, promoting them. I think they're going to last 5 years too.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, 5 years is a long time. By the third year, and they
You know what
starting to
to
get
do.
money, then now we can play them. Now we can pay them players. And also one thing I think believe I know you're saying it's a collusion and all that. I think they jumped off. They jumped off the boat way too fast.
USFL.
As far as just giving players the big time contract.
Contract that
Yeah.
money.
So you
Yeah.
think
Okay.
both of them will be around in 5 years?
I don't think the SFL will. They either gonna have to merge with the USFL, like you said, or they're gonna have to move. Just my opinion, they're gonna have to move their schedule back some. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, We just watched the Super Bowl. My team, my NFL team just won. Now what? We gotta watch this and
But
we
see,
I got one.
I would agree with that only because you got college March Madness. You're running into that right now, so a lot of TV has been dominated by that for three weeks.
right.
See, the only thing I say about
USFL is coming when there's a dead. Don't get me wrong, all baseball players, I love y'all and all that, but baseball is a dying breed
Go
right
ahead.
now.
now, this is just me. This is just my feedback to that. I think what they're trying to do, this is just me. I'm just looking at it from the outside looking in. I think what they're trying to do is promote football year round.
Yes,
I think the thing that they did is they actually timed it perfect for football with the XFL because of this. Soon as the Super Bowl is over, and you might be like, man, I wish I could watch football. XFL on. And then now you watching that for a couple of weeks, and as soon as that die down, and you think of football dead, USFL starting right up. And as soon as USFL start up and it's over, it's time for the big boys.
Big boys.
So I think that they actually are bringing more livelihood
Yeah,
to football by doing that.
Right, just the SFL and the USFL, like you say, they just got to bring the players in to compete, and like you say, keep us watching TV year round. Cause hey, when you like sports, that's you want to go in the house and watch some good games, you know.
And that's one of America's pastimes, football is. For sure.
Okay, I got something for these Lions fans up here. We got something for you. Is Jared Goff the best quarterback in the NFC once Aaron Rodgers leaves? Starting up with you, Cool Breeze.
I believe he will be once they figure out whatever they're gonna do with Aaron Rodgers. If Green Bay gonna keep him and put him on the bench, I don't know what they about to do. But yeah, because if you look at the NFC, I don't see nobody who's better than Jared Goff. I mean, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but I don't.
You're
see
wrong.
any-
You're wrong. No problem. There's no problem. You said tell you, right? Just wanted to tell you.
Don't worry about it. Please tell me who.
As soon as it gets to my turn, you'll know.
Yeah, because I'm looking right now.
I got a question for you, man. Matthew Stafford. That's your dog.
Yeah, what happened to him?
What happened to him?
That's
I was gonna say, I was gonna
I
ask
was
you
waiting
dog.
on that too. I was swear I was.
I was just asking.
Well, yeah. Which one is it?
Play.
What happened to
Might not play.
That might not even.
No, why Matt might not play?
Play.
Hold on, gentlemen. Hold on, gentlemen. Let him get it. Let him get it.
Goff is better than Dak Prescott. That's all. That's right.
Okay, so
Because ain't
okay, so did you answer the question yet?
Who you got?
Did you answer the question?
Jalen Hurts better than Jared Goff?
Yes.
No, sir.
Yeah, that's unanimous.
Y'all smoking on some.
No, I don't read him out last. What do you think? Because they
Yeah,
got to
they
come
got.
up
Yeah,
with
we
that.
got. I got. And he been reading my notes too.
What?
He said, "Write the person I said," but that's all right. Go
What?
ahead.
Once
I know.
Aaron Rodgers leave to go to the AFC with all the big time other quarterbacks, Jared Goff will be the best. He will be considered the top quarterback in the NFC.
Go ahead, Mastermind. I'm gonna get back to you over there.
I mean, I already know me and Pete probably got the same answer, but I ain't tripping.
That's because y'all look at each other papers when we sitting down orchestrating this.
We look at each other papers. You show?
Let me read
Y'all look at each
Okay.
other papers.
We address that nonsense later on. But look, okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I got to go with Jalen Hurts. I'm just being real. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Jared Goff is good. He is definitely 1B. You know what I'm saying? Because I went through the teams. It's a lot of teams, and then that's the thing too. Yeah, I said it again, America. That's why I believe it's something against Lamar Jackson because there's no way in the world that we talking about Jared Goff being the best in the NFC.
The NFC.
We got listen to what I'm saying.
AFC.
Can you hear this week again? Hear me out this week.
Listen.
So you mean to tell me nobody in the NFC don't think Lamar Jackson is a good quarterback? If you telling me that Jared Goff is the best, and I know Lamar is better than Jared Goff, so you mean to tell me nobody don't think they need Lamar Jackson? That's totally nonsense.
What you say? What's the big C word you said?
Collusion.
Thank you.
I already know.
But then who want to give up them picks and that money? That got a lot to do with it too. But we'll get to it. Go ahead, young Pete.
Well, yeah, my America, my answer is Jalen Hurts. The only reason why Cool Breeze didn't have it is because you saw him still writing stuff down. He couldn't look over fast enough to see that, so he had to say, "Yeah, I said it."
They done lost the whole
I've been watching the
defense.
show.
That ain't got nothing to do with
Let young Pete finish. Let young Pete finish.
I've been waiting on him to. I'm like y'all earlier. What happened to Matty Ice? You scream Matty Ice like y'all brothers and cousins.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Yeah, somebody got to stick up for his
that.
but
So why you ain't sticking up for him the best?
I didn't say not. I said Jared Goff. Jared Goff will
Either
be.
they gonna be the best or they ain't.
Jared Goff will be considered
Either
the
Matty
best.
Ice is the best or he is not.
The Snappers still in the NFC.
See, yeah.
Okay, so what makes Jared Goff better than him? And you say Matty Ice was the Super Bowl champion.
Y'all know that. I seen what Jared Goff did to
Did Jared Goff win the Super Bowl?
No, my
Oh, okay. Did Matty Ice win?
Right there.
So why you ain't saying Matty Ice?
That's not the man. But my answer was Jalen Hurts.
But Jared Goff's still gonna be considered the best.
Ice man, my answer was Jalen Hurts. I wanted to make sure
I gotta go one at a time. 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 One at a time.
Wonder.
my answer was Jalen Hurts though. That's where I'm at with it.
Okay, you got Jalen Hurts. Who you got?
Jalen Hurts also.
And you
I
got.
got Jared Goff.
Okay.
Lions fans,
Rank the
stand
top
up,
four,
baby.
Ice. See what you got.
I'm going to ride with the man to the left of me. I'm rolling with Mr. Cool Breezy on this because I believe in quarterbacks. When you leave and go to another system or another team or any of that, and you still capable of winning and taking your team somewhere and do something. And what I mean by that is, Matty, they traded him. He was with the Rams. We're talking about Jared Goff. He was with the Rams. First round draft pick. He took them boys to the Super Bowl. In my opinion, the only reason why they lost the Super Bowl because Sean McVay was scared to coach against Belichick. Other than that, they would have won. They had the complete team, everything, the running game, everything. He was scared to call them plays. He was scared to call big plays against Belichick. They could have won. My thing is this: he went to the Super Bowl. Now he's over here with the Lions. They didn't make the playoffs, but everybody can see what he can do. He's not turning the ball over a lot. He doesn't do that. So Jalen Hurts is good. He went to the Super Bowl this year. I have to see what Jalen Hurts would look like with this new offensive coordinator for me to put him up there. I have to see what he looked like with this new coordinator. Because like I said, Jared Goff was a great quarterback with the Rams, but they played him once his the index finger got hurt, and people forgot about when Gurley got hurt. He couldn't. They was good.
Hurt. Yeah, that hurt him a lot.
They was good for running the play action out there. The play action wouldn't work because the way McVay was, just not a straight drop back. How he do his thing. But I'm gonna leave it there like that because I'm just running on after that.
But yeah.
Yeah. What you got to say? Anybody else got something to say about that?
Jared Goff, you is #1 coming season.
I'm gonna say this, man. NFC, y'all should be one of the major teams in that Lamar Jackson sweepstakes. On the real, y'all need to stop playing. Some of y'all,
So before we move along,
Washington especially.
actually, who is better do y'all think besides Hurts? I know y'all said Hurts.
Nobody else.
So who is really actually better than him over there?
Nobody else.
Nobody just Hurts just because. Okay, so
Brock Purdy can be. I just ain't seen enough.
See, that's
Justin Fields can be, but I ain't seen enough.
Justin Fields, I think he's still on the verge. I think a lot of people though with the 49ers, it's their system. You
But
know what I'm
let's-
saying? So I'm not sure.
right. So what Hurts is what I'm saying because I'm saying y'all saying Hurts. So y'all giving Hurts. Oh, remember the year they went to the Super Bowl, but the year before this, Hurts was looking like Donovan McNabb throwing the ball in the dirt and everything. And
I think that has.
traded.
I think that has something to do with the play calling and nervousness and
I think it had to
He
do with the
wasn't-
coach.
they had the same everything though. Same everything still over there.
Was it last year? Not last year when I'm talking about the year before.
before that.
Then it-
Yeah.
Nick Sirianni, right?
Yeah, Nick, they still head coach and everything.
All right.
Remember they was thinking
He's the
about
offensive coordinator though,
It had to be somebody else.
because now they got rid of dude, right? He just left.
Same one, but this one just left. Yeah. Okay.
But
Okay.
Jalen Hurts might take a step back too, though, losing his offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's why I asked y'all.
You know, he
So,
might take
yeah.
he might take a step
That's
back.
why I said I got to see what he do this year for him to step up there to be up there with your man Golf. Yeah. And then nobody think they'd be talking about you, Golf. See, you came to Detroit. I got these boys talking about you down here, boy.
I got a sidebar for y'all though. How do y'all feel about Lamar Jackson coming to Detroit?
Nah, the chemistry won't be right.
My thing is this: Lamar, you's a great quarterback, but I just don't. You gotta go somewhere. The best place you can win right now is Baltimore. The way the system is built for that. Even though if you come over here to Detroit, you will look good, fill up the stands, everything, but you won't take us to the Super Bowl. Just my opinion. Is Luka currently not happy in Dallas? Starting off with you, young P.
I think he's not, and I think it's for multiple reasons. I think one, I think he, I don't think he really wanted to sign off on that Kyrie trade, bring him over to Dallas. I think that's one. I think that's kind of hurting him a little bit. I think two, I don't think he believe in Coach Kidd and how he's implementing the program and the plan with Kyrie being there and both of them being superstars. I think that's pissing him off a little bit as well because it's like, look, you the coach, you brought him over. You supposed to been day and night trying to figure out how to implement both of us here. And I think also with them losing, they only winning games like against the Spurs and teams like that. I know they won last night against the Pacers, but you really only beating the Spurs, you're not really winning. So I think that's a combination of all of that kind of stuff. So I think the losing, Kid not doing his job, you just for some reason you can't figure out how to play both of them together. And I think he never really wanted to sign off on the Kyrie trade in the beginning. It was like y'all forced him down the throat, and I feel like him being a superstar, he probably felt like he should have had more input on that.
Cool Breeze.
I think the Kyrie experiment is not working out. That's why Luka is not happy. They both obviously is what everybody says, both ball dominant players,
Mm-hmm.
but Kyrie likes more of a up tempo ball dominant type player, whereas Luka is he's trying to pace the game and control it himself. So it's like oil and water. They really not mixing. So I think that Kyrie experiment is not working well. I can see Kyrie moving on, them trading him or whatever they're gonna do this summer. So I think that's why Luca, media, Luca just trying to let you know it ain't working. Read between the lines, people. I ain't trying to get fined. I ain't trying to do none of that stuff. But yeah, I definitely think that experiment did not work. It looked good on paper. Everybody was excited. I was excited to see how it worked out, but right now it's not working out. So yeah.
You got to say, Mastermind.
Okay, I'm just think I say it's kind of like what you boys are saying to a point, but I think it's a combination of all three. But it's something bigger that nobody never said. I mean, not saying. I think it's management. To be honest, the upper bosses, because of this, the talent that they bringing in or not bringing in. I think that's what Luka is really kind of upset with. Kyrie was a good move. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
because Kyrie is a ball handler. He can take some of the pressure off of Luka. But what they're not bringing in is you need a wing.
Yeah.
You got to have an active wing.
Yeah.
If you don't have an active wing, you're not gonna win in this league.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what Luka is starting to realize. He's looking to like, okay, I got to play Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum. Say if they make it to the final,
Right.
who I got that can help me out against them? Kyrie can't check neither one of them. You see what I'm
You
saying?
don't think Hardaway can check one?
No,
Nope.
Hardaway definitely can't. To me, I'm gonna tell y'all, Hardaway is actually a glorified six man. That's my role for Hardaway if it was my team, because I think Hardaway needs to be unleashed where he can do what he want to do, kind of as the man off the bench.
Off the bench.
Yeah, 'cause I believe, like how you said, if they cut him loose, it's about you saying he can't check them boys.
Yeah, but if they cut him loose, he
I
can do some
believe
offense.
that's what I'm saying.
Don't
If
get me
they
wrong.
cut him loose, I believe he should have been a Jalen Brown before Jalen Brown
Exactly.
stepped into his.
Yep.
You know what
No,
I'm saying?
I agree with
Yeah.
that. He could
You
be a
know.
number two,
Yeah. But
really a three.
I'm gonna say this. Mm, I'm gonna say yeah. Luka mad, especially if Kyrie keeps shooting like that, and because study shooting, and you missing now. See over here when you was over in this East, you was hitting them shots. All that going that dilly dally in and out, and hey, them layups over the big fellas, and you was doing that in the East. The West, it seems like it might be your foot, so they say you hurt your ankle or something a little bit, but I think it's that West Coast because every night you playing a dominant guard or like you say a three or somebody you're not taking that breather like how you do over there in the East Coast, and the ball not rotating. Like I say, y'all boys got the ball. Y'all like to handle the ball one on one and dribble all day. The ball not moving. Y'all got shooters, like you say. You got Hardaway, he can shoot. I like what's his name? I like Woods too. They
Yeah,
got I like
Christian Woods
yeah,
is good.
I like him. Like you say, y'all got some players. It's just y'all not rotating that ball. So I see that he getting mad because usually in crucial times or later on, the ball is in his hand.
Yeah.
Now it seems like it's more over in Kyrie's hand. Like he like get over here. I'm an American. Get back over there in your country. Like he dogging, like dogging him like that. Like,
Right.
hey, this my team now, whatever. But I just feel like
You don't
the,
put
the,
no blame on kid. For not,
no, Kid is a great coach.
okay.
Like I say, Kid then went to the finals and all type of stuff. So to me, his credentials is
Speak for
good.
itself.
His credentials is good. The players got to step up. Y'all got to stop blaming the coaches all the time. You know, the coaches do get the blame, as they should. But on this one, players got to hit. Like you say, when it's time and they take that last shot and they throwing it back and forth, can't make that decision
Right,
or get
right.
ripped to do it like that. That's on them. The coach ain't got nothing to do
Do
with that.
that.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna say something else, man.
go ahead.
I know this might hurt a lot of people's feelings, and this might be another "yeah, I said it" moment. I know I had 2 or 3 today already,
Keep going, baby. Keep it
but
going.
to me, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It might be time to go ahead and shop Luka because of this fact. I think Luka want out to be in a bigger market. I think that's what it's all boiling down to.
You think
I think Luka want to be somewhere where he can be recognized as one of the faces of the league.
so? What
I
he got to
think,
be in New York or LA?
yep, something like that. He got to go somewhere like that, or even I'm gonna tell y'all a team that he can go to and bring that market all the way back. And that market ain't been back since the '90s, to be honest. He can bring Chicago back.
I had a feeling that's where he was going.
I think he can bring the Bulls back. Because the one thing I say about this, to me, the Luka style of play, he is made for the East Coast because
Yeah.
he's slow paced
Slow pace,
and he
yeah,
get to the
yeah.
rack
Get to
anytime he want to. If he get to the East, he gonna dominate.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we
But,
get to
but
the
I don't see him going nowhere. I think they're gonna throw that money at him every time.
yeah, yeah. Your man gonna do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mark,
He ain't
gonna
afraid.
do
He
that.
ain't afraid to throw that
Cuban,
money.
Cuban ain't gonna let him go.
But it's time to shop and get you a bunch of picks, man. It's time to do that Herschel Walker type thing.
Okay. Do you believe T. Morant when he says he lost control of his son? Starting off with you, Mastermind.
Well, America, I'm gonna shock y'all, but anybody that's a parent of an adult child that's in their 20s, they can relate to what I'm about to say. I think T. Morant is not capping when he say that he kind of lost control of his kid because of this fact. Think about this, parents. If you have a child that's around uh, John Morant's age, and you just tell them, I think you need to go get a job. In today's economy and wave that's going on, the kids are telling you, oh no, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. They already give you so much feedback. Now think about if your child is 50 million strong in his bank account, 60 million strong. If they're not listening to me with no money in their bank account, I don't stand a chance when they got 50, 60 million in there. You understand? All I can do is suggest or give advice. That's it. Now, if they take the advice, that's on them. They still got to make the ultimate decision on their own. Because I'm a parent that deals with that every day still.
All right, let's get on to you, Cool Breeze.
I know that was a good answer by Mastermind. I know that was. It left you speechless. I feel you saying, I know, I know. I'm just saying you can easily say that too. Like, damn, Mastermind, that made me think. I know.
I don't believe he lost control of his son. I think that was an answer to give to the media to sort of ease up the whole thing with what they've been going through for the last month. I think that was a media answer to just get the media off his back. I believe, like everyone has said, who's been around the NBA, who's around the NBA right now, I think he's more of a, I don't know, not trying to be a father figure, but more of a trying to be one of his homeboys. Reason being, and I could be comparing things wrong because everybody parent a different way. But if you look at the ball father compared to Morant, he's more, you know what I'm saying? He's more of a dad, like fuck whatever money you got in your account, fuck this. I don't give, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about nothing. You know what I'm saying? These my boys. I'm standing up for them. I'm rocking with them. I don't care, even if they ain't got nothing. They still my boys. You know what I'm saying?
But
Whereas Morant, he trying to be celebrity status, front row, all that stuff. That is just what I'm seeing.
you don't think
You know what
Ball
I'm
was
saying?
trying to do that by taking all the every time you seen when Lonzo or any of them was coming to the league, the first thing he was saying is, yeah, them my
I-
boys is me.
That's the
I can beat
boys.
Michael
But
Jordan.
at the
I can
same
do this.
time, his speech when he speak was more, I guess, entertainment wise. So it goes from maybe he was being serious to where the media put a twist on it to where, "Yeah, let's get him on here. Let's see what he gonna say to just make shit up to make everybody be like, what is he talking about? What is he
Just to draw it to the viewers.
draw? Yeah, yeah. So I think the media played into what he was doing, but I think from a standback, if you take the media out, I think he has more. He has the boys. He has their ear more than T. Morant has more ear of Ja.
Ja. What you got to say, Young P?
Well, I didn't actually see where he said he lost control. I did say where he kind of took blame for everything that's going on with John right now. But I think it's a combination of a couple things. One, um, he also kind of living his fantasy out through his son. You know what I'm saying? So my son then made it. We here now. We can do big things, and I think that's how they rocking. So it's kind of a little bit of what you're saying. We got the homie. I'm supposed to be your dad, but it's a homie thing. But I do think at times he probably cut into John. But how you know how kids come to you and hey, I heard this. Hey, Dad, Pops, it wasn't like that. It was this. So
Right.
he ain't really telling you the true story of what went down at that situation.
You taking
He
your
telling you,
child word.
right? You taking your child's word for it. So you keep doing that. You try giving them the benefit of the doubt. You overlooking stuff, and before you knew it, it kind of spun out of control. So now everybody looking at it, the media is overly scrutinizing it and all that kind of stuff. So I think it was more of a combination of. I think he just needed to talk to his son and just really start putting some hard ground rules. Maybe not go as far as Klay Thompson, where I give me all your money and I'm gonna dictate everything. I'm gonna give you allowance and all of that kind of stuff. But still, just like, hey, son, it's good to have fun, but don't get caught up in this foolishness, and we can be out the league as fast as we was in the
I'm
league.
gonna let you say I got one thing.
Well, my thing is this. Tell me the mastermind, then we're going to move along. It's just plain and simple. He's a grown man now. He's in his 20s and he got millions. They got to talk man to man now. Even though that's his father and that's his son, it goes like this. He can just give him some advice. And as a son, you're either going to take it and roll with it or you're going to let it go out your ear and do your thing. So that's basically it. I don't think he lost control, but he's a grown man now. So you got to talk to him as a grown man and just give him advice. And then that's it. And let his son, hey, carry it how he carry it. So that's how I look at it. Go ahead, Master Man.
I just want to end this so we can move on to the next subject. But my comment to that is kind of like this. I think well, okay, I'm just gonna use Alonzo Ball since we went there with him. Okay, I think that his father was kind of fortunate that Lonzo went to the team that he went to, and his other son went to the team that they went to because of this fact. The cities that they went to, they're not really quote unquote, I'm just gonna use this, they're not hip hop cities. He don't have to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? The common era, the hip hop era, the image that they portray and all of that. John Morant went to a city that's the heart of that.
Yeah.
So now he got to steal, and then now, not only did he go to that city, everybody that's in the hip hop age is his age.
Right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So he's living his life how they live their life. So if they're out here a little wild, he's gonna be a little wild. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's not so much what T. Moran has done or said or anything like that. It's who's John Moran is running with once he leave the house. Because I can tell you, okay, baby, don't go out there and run with these people. And then as soon as you leave the house, you go run with them. And now you starting to pick up some of their bad habits.
Okay, let's move along. Do the United States still dominate international and world sports? Starting off with you, Cool Breezy.
They don't. If we going from like a Olympics type thing, they don't dominate all international world sports. I think they still dominate the major sports that we know of, far as like baseball, football, tennis, all those things.
We're reading my notes too, man.
If we're basing everything off of like the Olympics, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
It's this guy right
So I think they still dominate that. They still have a stronghold on those things, the ones that we know about. But yeah, that's pretty much it. They don't dominate everything, but they dominate the major
All right,
sports.
go ahead, Young Pete.
Outside of soccer, the United States still dominate world sports to me.
Everything.
Okay. Nice.
They led in the Olympics, NBA. They just barely lost to baseball.
They say what he said.
Golf, they still got what top five, three people in the top five. I mean, what sport?
But I'm saying if we're
Hello.
Olympics,
Bring it back to you.
Let him-
Hello.
They not lead the Olympics.
Got to it. Let's get down. He said. We about to get down to mastermind.
What
Let's
is
get
you
down to
just
Watch the
mastermind.
Winter Olympics too.
You said,
They're
hold on.
dominating.
We ain't dominating in
Let's get down
box.
to mastermind. Go ahead, mastermind.
Okay, well,
What sports you watch?
Let's get down to mastermind.
okay, now I'm just gonna be kind of almost straight to the point, but it's gonna take a little second too, though. But I'll be honest with y'all, we never really dominated international play. Yeah, I said it. I'll just be honest. Now, like the sports that the, P said, we have dominated boxing, maybe even baseball to an extent. Basketball, yes, you know what I'm saying. But just think, when we say international play, there's more sports than that.
Yep.
We're not soccer. We're not dominating in soccer. We're not dominating in swimming. We're not dominating in track and field. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of international sports, if you think about worldwide, that we're not dominating. Now, the major sports that we consider the top sports in America, yeah, we might dominate some of those. But if you go internationally all overall, we're not dominating.
Okay.
And we never have.
I want to ask before we move along, Max, go down the line of each one of you guys. Starting off with you, Breezy. What sports are we dominating in?
The majors that we know and watch.
Go ahead.
Basketball.
Okay.
And I'm saying internationally
No,
because
good.
and I'm omitting football because I think football is just an American
Yeah,
sport.
just name.
So I'm saying we dominate in basketball, baseball, tennis. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
I just need to hear a couple.
Go-
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, mastermind.
just
I'm just gonna go. I'll just basically go. Basketball is the one that we know for sure that we're dominating in. Besides that, everything else we've been kind of even with. I don't think that we just dominating everything else. I think it's been like a toss up. Baseball has been a toss up. Uh, what you want to go? Track and field has been a toss up. You know, tennis has been a toss up. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it's
Well,
just basketball to me, honestly. And we kind of, I ain't saying we losing the grip. It's just that we've had the bar so high that it's kind of hard to catch up in basketball. But they are coming.
I don't think we dominating in nothing. I just don't think so. That's me, America. Y'all got to get better. And my thing, I I think like for the baseball classes and all this and all that, I think all the blacks, all the African Americans need to get together and create you a Negro League for the World Baseball Classic because it was once a Negro League. So y'all should get together and ask, can y'all create that when the World Baseball Classic start, and y'all can be y'all own in the classics. And let's see what y'all do as a Negro League, all the blacks.
Okay, let me ask
You
you one
know,
question about the Negro League.
go ahead.
Now, you know, with international play, you must represent a state or a country. I mean, you must represent a country or something. What would you say that they represent? Because they're gonna say, I mean, technically, most of the Negroes they would say would be African.
Well,
So
we'll
what
come up with something. I
that,
don't
that
know.
would be my only
We'll
question.
come up with something. But that'll just be me. You got something to say, young people, before we move on?
I mean, I still gonna stand by what I said. Yeah, we lead the Olympic gold medals and stuff like that. I think soccer is the only one we definitely don't have a foothold on. Tennis, like you said, is kind of same. It's kind of there. Basketball is, like you said, basketball we definitely dominate in.
Okay. Which which Philly quarterback would you take under Andy's Reid coaching? Which Philly quarterback would you take, led by Andy Reid? And here go the quarterbacks: Randall Cunningham, Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick, Jalen Hurts, and Rodney Pete. So, which Philly quarterback would you take under Andy Reid? Starting off with you, Mastermind.
Now, me, I had a real tough challenge with this. I'll be real with y'all. And this, I mean, this was real tough. I came down with two guys, right? The two that I finished with that made it real tough to choose between was Michael Vick and Randall Cunningham. After the final tough decision, I came up with Randall Cunningham as the person that I would take. I take Randall Cunningham strictly because of the stronger arm. I think that Randall Cunningham is going to be more accurate And then Randall Cunningham is also going to bring the excitement and the swag and the joy to the game that America wants to see out there on the field. Now, the only thing that I did add to this question is I need I need the receivers to be Tyreek Hill and that Kansas City crew that he got over there. I need that. If he put that with Randall Cunningham, we're going to have some problems, y'all.
What you got to say right there, Cool Breezy?
So I'm only going with what I saw when he was at Philly. I'm going with the man who led him to the Super Bowl, Donovan McNabb.
Mr. Throw Up himself.
Don't matter.
Choker.
Okay.
We got there. We
So
got
if
there.
throwing up,
We
that's
got
when you
there
know what
with
I'm
McNabb.
doing.
I don't care what he did.
Jim Kelly got there, but what was the after effect?
I don't care. We got there. Ain't nobody else
after
get there.
effect?
I give Randall all his props and what he did.
Jalen Hurts got there.
But Jalen Hurts wasn't under Andy Reid.
That
That's
was
what
the
I'm
question,
saying.
though.
That wasn't the question.
It said if what quarterback.
Would you take under Andy Reid?
Right.
Exactly.
The one I'm taking is Donovan McNabb because he got Andy Reid there.
Okay, that's good.
It's not a good one.
It's definitely a good
It's
one.
not good.
Because y'all coming up with make a wish.
Ain't no wish.
Go build the bear.
Question was,
Go
what
build the
Here's
bear.
the question.
That's what this was.
Y'all go build
the question.
Go
The
build the
question.
bear. Go build the
Right.
bear.
The question is the question.
Right, we didn't make the question up.
You know,
We just
the-
answered it.
Just answer the question.
Got it.
Go
And
build the bear, make a wish.
Thanks, Mastermind, for coming to my world in terms
Look
of,
what you, Pete.
you know what I'm saying, having two options and stuff like that. I like the two options outside of
But see, no.
two times. What the?
No, Pete. No, Pete two
To my
times.
word.
I'm gonna get it right. Pete two times. I'm gonna get you.
And when it's all said and done, America, of course, he looked at my paper.
Oh, here
it was
we
like, what did Young P say? I said, hey, I know we got the question coming up again. I'm gonna go with Randall Cunningham. He like, you know what? I like that, but I'm gonna be dramatic with my answer before I say it. I'm gonna go around the world to say what you just said, which is Randall.
The stories we tell, America. The stories we tell here.
Cunningham.
Where is Dirk when you need him? I need Lee on line one. This is more evidence each week.
Goes around the world and say what I was gonna say anyway, America, which is Randall Cunningham in the Andy Reid system, and like you said, it's going down. Donovan McNabb, you was with him and you choked, so why would I pick somebody that choked? That's just crazy. America.
He got
That don't even make logical sense.
he
He
got him to the
Well,
Super Bowl.
What
What
the,
Mike Vick do? Mike Vick didn't get him to the Super
well,
Bowl.
the key
Right.
thing about this
Super Bowl.
question, the key
Donovan
thing about this
got him to
question
the Super Bowl.
is that all these quarterbacks, African American quarterbacks, who played for the Philadelphia Eagles. So that was a good question because all of them played for Philly. They all black quarterbacks.
Chime in and tell me
You
who
know.
you think you would take.
Well, if it was up to me, I'm going with Showtime himself, and that's Mike Vick. You know, I believe with Mike Vick, even though he played that and they didn't get nowhere, you know, and then Andy had left and went over to Kansas City. But I believe Mike Vick under that Andy Reid offense with them top ranked receivers or whatever y'all want to give him now. Cause I think when he played, he was playing with what's that receiver name? Jeremy Macklin and them and yeah, so
Wasn't it a Snead or something like that, or
yeah,
Yeah,
you know, so
Vic came there with the last 5 years of his
you know,
career. Something
so
like
you know he came. I know they came and got him after you know from after he
just
got out.
home,
Yeah. Yep. So I believe if he had a top big time offense, or if he had that Terrell Owens on his team, or something like that with that
They would've
Andy
pulled it
Reid,
off.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Mike Vick would have. He'd have been there multiple times, like Pat Mahomes is doing right now. I think Mike Vick, hey,
I don't know about Marcus, but I
that's
think
me.
when they got there, I think they'd have pulled it off.
I
'Cause I
think
don't
Mike
think
Vick would have had at
would've
least
choked.
two. I believe he'd have had at least two under. If he'd have had a 10-year career under Andy Reid, 10 to 12,
Oh yeah.
I think he'd have gave me 2 rings.
No, I agree with
I
that.
think he'd have gave me 2.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Is David Benavidez the best super middleweight? Starting off with you, Mastermind.
Yes, sir. Without a doubt. That's the reason why nobody is screaming his name. You haven't heard Canelo after his fights. You never heard him say, I want to fight David Benavidez next. You ain't hear that. You see the Charlo twins come on there. They beat everybody, do all that stuff they talking. They say, I want to go fight somebody that's at 147, talking about my man, Terrence Crawford. They say they'd rather fight him. Fight Benavidez. Why not? He in your weight class almost. Step on up and do him. You can't. That's what the problem is, because he's the best super middleweight.
You got to say, Cool Breeze.
I'm not ready to say he the best yet. I need to see the fight between him and Canelo.
Canelo. That's
Yeah,
good.
Canelo.
That's
I
good
need
one
to
if
see
they
that
make
fight.
that. Okay.
I ain't ready to say that just yet.
Okay.
But even though he's up and coming, he's definitely up and
Right.
coming. I ain't ready to say that.
Up and coming.
What you got to say, Young Pete?
Yeah, well, I'm not ready to say that. And I also kind of took the approach of ever adding that to the little question. And definitely don't feel like he ever.
No, not ever. We saying right now, best
That's
super
what I'm saying. I
middleweight.
took it even a little bit further and started thinking about what about ever? He definitely not ever. But I think he
Who
needs to
would you
fight.
consider the best super middleweight ever?
Sure, Roy Jones when he was at it.
That's a good pick.
Well, my thing is this. He's an excellent fighter. And what I like about him, he can box, and he don't mind sitting there going toe to toe with you. You don't have too many fighters or boxers like that. So, like Cool Breeze said, I have to see him and the Canelo go against each other, or somebody else that we might, see and not really thinking of at this moment, or that might be up and coming that they like watch out for this guy. So, but right now he is in that tops, and I can't really see nobody doing damage to him right now. So unless y'all see somebody out there in the boxing world that y'all know that he should be boxing that we not thinking of right now. But besides just him and Canelo, I don't see nobody touching this guy. I don't see nobody for
What
4
do y'all think
minutes.
about the twins?
I say for a minute.
Y'all think Charlos can beat him?
They not the way I see the fighting and what I've been watching, and I like the way the Charlos fight because they aggressive, they come at you. But I don't think that they ready for him. I don't think they ready for dude.
What about you?
Yeah.
Cool Breeze or P?
I don't have no comment on that one, honestly.
Okay. Well, let's move on. Will Jordan sell a majority stake of the Charlotte Hornets? Should he at least sell minority? I mean, should he at least sell to a minority? Starting off with you, Young P.
So I definitely don't think he should be obligated, but I think he should definitely have it in the forefront of his brain to say, I'm going to sell to somebody that's a minority, a majority stake. Because right now, once he sells in no major sports is somebody that's a minority going to have a majority stake in any team, majority control and stake in any team. So with you having that power to control that, why not do that and keep moving us forward? You know what I'm saying? I get it. Washington Commanders look like they might happen with them, but we don't know what's going to happen with that just yet. You have the power and control to sell to whoever you want to do it, whoever you want to sell to. So why not sell to somebody else so that we can still have a minority? That's something that we already streaming is ownership in these sports. You have the power to keep that going. Don't sell to somebody else. So I don't feel like you obligated. I get the bag, but I definitely feel like
You already
there's
got the
people.
bag.
I mean, yeah, he definitely got the bag.
Add to the bag what you said, P.
Yeah, he had. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But I just feel like Jordan, you had the power and the responsibility. I think you should do it.
All right, go ahead, Mastermind.
Okay, now, once again, America, I know y'all tired of hearing this same comment. But this guy right here, man, is pathetic. He just read my notes straight word for word. This is unbelievable. I mean, I can't believe this. I mean, I know y'all tired of hearing this, but something got to be done about this. But anyway, I'm just going to say, look, Mike, do the right thing, man. Go ahead and sell to a brother or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's a minority. Don't go status quo with it, because if you keep continuously going status quo with it, unless this, Mike, unless you plan on, and this is what I would do, and I recommend y'all to do this, try to get together a whole minority group that's going to purchase another team somewhere else and make an expansion team somewhere. So maybe you, Magic, LeBron, once he retire, all y'all get together and buy a team and put it in Las Vegas and put somebody in charge of it. You know what I'm saying? So then that way it won't be so much of you guys having to make the moves, but just make sure you put somebody in charge of it who knows basketball. That's what I suggest to you guys.
Before I give it over to Cool Breeze, sell it to LeBron Maverick and them boys. Sell it to them. They say they want a team. He told what's name? He told the commissioner. I think he wanted the team in Las Vegas, didn't he? Yeah, but that's what I say. Find somebody like them and who will do it. If LeBron don't get a team out there in Las Vegas or something like that, but that'd be too long, like he said after he retired. But I try to if I was one of them Maverick or those guys, something like that, I'll try to get minority. I mean, get majority of that. But what Jordan trying to say, see what we can do. Like you say, Jordan, you know, keep it in the family. You know what's going on out here and what everybody trying to do, with the wealth and everything, and that'd be the best thing to do. Sell to a minority, African American, hey, and say you did what you did.
Well, I'm shaking it up.
Mm,
Sell to the highest bidder.
mm.
Who gonna add more money in your pocket? Sell to the
That's
highest bidder.
better.
So you don't feel like you should have no responsibility, and what we're fighting for is ownership. We shouldn't. And you need the power to be able to do
Yeah.
that.
Man, have you seen how he ran Charlotte anyway?
I'm-
Sell to
I,
the highest bidder.
now look, Noob,
How about that part of the game?
I would agree with you, Noob, on sell to the highest
Mhm.
bidder. But the only thing I said about that,
Crazy on that.
if you sell to the highest bidder, you and like I was saying before, Magic and LeBron, Oprah, Jay-Z, get all them people together and y'all go get that team that y'all want to do in Vegas. Maverick Carter and all y'all put y'all money together and get that team in Vegas, and now we really on.
He might not need all them. He might just need his people. He might not need Jay Z and Oprah if he can do it by
I
himself.
mean,
I
I
would
just
say
say
no more. I
I
would
would just
bring
get
Jay Z and Oprah on.
I would just get some African Americans or other minorities to invest in it so we can do it the right way. We know that if we got enough power structure with the money, can't nobody stop us.
Right.
Okay, speaking of ownerships and everything, last question of the day, since we're speaking of ownerships and all. Are great athletes capable of being great coaches or owners in the sports that they dominated? Starting off with you, mastermind.
I'm gonna say that they are if they follow the mantle that Magic Johnson put down. Magic Johnson was basically a recruiter for his team as the owner. Now coaching, that's something different. But Magic Johnson, to me, he did the right role model for being an owner. Just go out and recruit the star players, star coaches, or whoever you may want. Just be the face for the team as that. Don't go out and try to dictate the coaching strategies and the playbook and all of that because you were the superstar. You truthfully were competitive. So you're not really thinking about the X's and O's. You got to get somebody who was specializing in that. You were just a super, not just, but you were a superstar in your sport because of your competitive nature and the things that you knew personally. So that means that you can only think solo to some extent. You need somebody who can think in a variety of ways, like how Magic Johnson does.
What you got to say, Cool Breezy?
I want to go. I'm going back and
It's hard to go out the mastermind. You see all that
I've
stuttering?
been going back.
It's hard, baby. It's hard.
Back and forth on this. I want to say yes. I want to say
Because
no.
you've been going out to
What's-
see a lot, P. I know.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you. Bro.
nothing.
It is, yeah, it is.
Don't believe this foolishness.
I'm just telling y'all, it's hard, baby. It's hard.
Logical answers.
Next piece, we're gonna invite one of y'all to come out the mastermind. Y'all knees gonna knock too.
I think I say yes because it's hard to be competitive and then try to be a coach or a owner because you see things from a different perspective than what a normal person would or a person who knows, like Mastermind said, X's and O's. So I think it's hard. Uh, Piggybacking off of him again, a la Magic. I don't know if Magic ever had how much stake as far as the majority owner he had in the Lakers, but I do know the couple sports that he does have his hands in, they are winners, which is opposite of
Yes.
basketball. I know he got ownership in the Lakers.
Dodgers.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the Dodgers.
Dodgers.
And then I want to say it's a baseball team too. I just can't think of their
The
name.
Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
No, not the baseball team. I'm sorry.
I got it.
Let's come back. Let's come back.
Okay, okay. And you said, I got a question. When you said when we used the word dominant or dominate, whichever one, was Isaiah dominant or dominate at any point?
I think
Okay.
you're the right
What about Larry Bird?
Bird was definitely a dominant player.
I believe both of them could have been great coaches and owners. That's my opinion on this question because I've seen Isaiah coach
Right.
and we seen Bird coach.
Okay.
We seen both of them upstairs. So I believe those two.
I just got one knock on Isaiah. I didn't mean no disrespect, Isaiah. I love you. You know what I'm saying? You did so much for our city and you mean so much to us. And please don't take this as being disrespectful. But my knock on Isaiah is I think if Isaiah, his workplace antics, I think that might be the only thing that hold him back. Like how they doing all that controversy with the dude Snyder and
Right.
Washington. I think you might mess around and see something a la that
Right.
if Isaiah was an owner.
On
You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, Isaiah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just
Go ahead,
keeping it
young
real.
P. I got you. Yes, sir.
No. And only because of this. And you actually triggered my brain. So I like the bird. Definitely, I like the bird scenario. But I think it's kind of what Mastermind was saying. They know how to be great because they're so tunnel vision on doing all the little things. When other players are asleep, they in the gym. When other players is goofing off, they watching film. They figured out how to be great and be dominant their self. And the problem is when you become an owner, you have to think team now. What is best for my team? Not what's best for myself to be great. Well, how can my team be great? How can I put this puzzle piece here? Like you said, Dallas, you need the wingman. You know what I'm saying? You have to figure out the stuff that's going to make your team better and not what makes you better. And I think most great players can't figure that out because they're so ego driven, they're so focused on self that they can't always see a team perspective. That's my take on that.
Gotcha.
So America, they all agree with Mastermind once again.
It rarely happens.
Oh, but we can, we can end the show too,
It
y'all.
rarely
Like,
happens. Not even
we can say good night.
And that's how we're going to end the show, folks. Have a pleasant evening.
Agreeing with Mastermind. Peace out, America.
Salute.
We love y'all. R.I.P. Big Pooh.